Gateshead was a none too impressive place. It used to be obviously considered to be Newcastle's mucky backyard.
Well, it had a dog track.
The area from probably the bottom of Lobley Hill right away through to Swarwell and beyond was absolutely abysmal. It was you name rubbish, it was there. It was structural bits, old buildings, piles of bricks, rubbish, absolutely unbelievable that I didn't have it all fenced off.
Gateshead, you think of the Angel.
Well, I think it looks like a Second World War glider crossed with a human being.
The fabricators, the lads that in engineering says, hey, absolutely spot on, wonderful, but from an art point of view, it's not very artistic.
It doesn't always have to be that everybody's keen on it originally, but you've got people talking about Gateshead outside the Gateshead area.
There's always visitors there, it doesn't matter when you come past, there's someone there.
I do like it because it's big, it's huge and it's impressive, and it does have an effect on you, especially when you're standing close to it.
I think the lottery must have started the bandwagon, the ball rolling, and I think everybody slightly got onto it.
Where we're standing now, this was a flour mill. When they stopped using it for production, it was just left to go derelict, you know.
Always felt it was a lovely building, you know, and it was, of course, with it being a flour mill and that, it was heritage as well. So I love the Baltic, you know, quite often go down, look at different exhibitions.
To see it now as a really impressive art centre, albeit modern art, is extremely impressive and an extremely good use of a prominent building.
Gateshead's just been generally good old Gateshead, it's just simple, but lately it's all new shapes.
Gateshead Millennium Bridge is just a brilliant construction. Because I come from a structural background, the bridge is just a phenomenal building.
We've played down at the Millennium Bridge many a time for fun runs and walks and everything, and it's just a great atmosphere. They've made really good use of the space down there on either side of the bridge, where you can have functions going on.
I think it has a more dramatic impact on people's lives when it's local, because people feel involved in it.
I run a craft group for each concern. I have 9 ladies and 1 gentleman in the group. They talk about the things they do through the week, and I think they're just very happy when they're out. The people now are benefiting by getting out of the house. It just makes them so happy to be out.
The impressive thing about the changes that have occurred in the park now is that it's a return to the original concept of the park. You wouldn't imagine that taking trees out have improved things, but it's opened the vistas up. You have a much better view of what the park originally was meant to look like. And I think people now can look at the park and see that this is something to be proud of now and going into the future. You can see a future for the park that wasn't there 20 years ago.
Every single day, no matter what time it is, I'm at Saltwell Park. I take the dog round the lake. You see the men with their boats. I like to go and watch the children in the maze. Sometimes I take my grandchildren down. Go and sit in the bandstand, you know, takes a few sandwiches and sit in there.
You've got to have pride in your community, and that's what it's about. It's ownership. We intend to go within the local schools to promote this banner and promote what it was all about. And it's just a wonderful togetherness, because that stands for our village. Without the past, there'd be no future.
I certainly think that we must preserve these things for the younger generations, because they have no concept of even 50 years ago. Every square inch of the North East and the region is just steeped in history.
For me, I like Gateshead Chapel. Just go there and you can walk around the gardens. You can do what you want, really. It's freedom.
One picture tells 1,000 words, and seeing something physically is really impressive. The Blade Races depicts Gateshead in the area, and I kind of think anywhere else would better be suited. It is part of our heritage.
I've never done art since I was at school, really. with having funding and that, we were able to do all different types of paintings and being able to go and see sort of exhibitions and things with the art group that I probably wouldn't have gone to.
It's all about modern art now. That was something the day at the Baltic, and there was artists from America in there. Not then, there was more tourists coming along to there. Because I do art in A-level, so like, I had to go and do a workshop. It's a bit weird, some parts of it, but it is a good exhibition overall.
Just being in there is an experience, it's an art experience, isn't it? And it's got a tremendous bookshop as well, which is far and away one of the best bookshops I've seen out of London.
People just from the community now are using the Baltic, and they're using the stage.
I think it looks like an armadillo, just the back of it. It's just like humpy, and it's really weird and unusual. That's what I like about it.
The stage is a wonderful venue and very modernistic in its appearance.
Coming on fantastic now, isn't it? Gates, this is the first time in this building. I'm more struck with it. It's just a fabulous building, you know. I'm proud to be a Geordie when you come in here.
Gateshead is increasingly becoming a centre for culture.
It's great, it brings people together.
I think it's a tremendous advertisement for the North East.
We're here to watch the Billy Mitchell Band, which used to be part of Lindisfarne.
And when you ship from where you live, I hope you can to hell, along with the 20 Candymen, and Johnny we carries the bell. And what would I do if I had the power myself? I'd hang the 20 Candymen, and Johnny we carries the bell.
In Gateshead Stadium, this where I do my training, and it's like good, and there's a lot of people like friendly as well, because it's better than being out in the streets. So,
say if you're a pole vaulter, don't have any pole vault mats, how are you going to train? You haven't got a track, you cannot train. So it's important to actually have the funds so we can actually get the facilities. And Gateshead here, we've got one of the best in the country, in my opinion.
I want to be a good middle distance runner and try and get in the Olympics someday.
It's a wonderful sport, it's a wonderful way to keep fit. 4,500 children a year get tennis in their schools. It's absolutely packed with people who just want to play rather than hang around in a street corner.
It has brought lots of tourism to the area. It's given more jobs, more community-based activities. It's brought people together.
Wouldn't it be great if we could make the Shadow of the Angel? We took it to Gateshead Council, who absolutely loved it and said this is exactly what we want to do, the sort of thing we want to do to celebrate the Angel's 10th birthday.
I've lived here all my life and I never really get involved with things to do with the North East, so it was quite good to come along and do something. But I didn't know there was dancing involved.
So it's a brilliant place to live. Places like Watergate and Derwenthof are just so different from what they were a few years back.